All right, today's video is how do you store cars outside? Give them some relative protection if you can't get them into shipping containers. And what you do is you have a carport set up. Now these are the carports that you buy at box stores where they store the carts that you use as a civilian to get your groceries in or your hardware supplies. And what you see is there's sort of a gravel ground cover, which is nice. There's some plastic up there, but ignore that for the moment. And what you want to do is wash your car, get it as clean as you can, put new fluids in it, check the antifreeze so that as it sits here during the winter, you don't have a broken block, a cracked block, because the antifreeze wasn't done well. Now, this is not a perfect solution. I don't want to imply it's a perfect solution because that'd just be stupid and I'd be lying. You'll still get dirt on the paint. Rain will come in from the sides. Snow will come in if you're in the Midwest, and it'll cover the car. Why you want it covered is that it helps protect from hail, relative water protection, wind, stuff being thrown around. And the advantage of that, as most car people know, cars don't like being in wet weather. They need to dry their feet out occasionally. No one likes to stand out in the rain, especially a car. They get moldy, the wiring gets soggy, they never have a chance to get dry. What using this carport affair does is it helps reduce the amount of water that is coming in and saturating the car. This is an older car, it's 8 years old, so presumably the seals may not be as tight on it. It's more likely to get the electronics, etc., wet. So if you keep the vast majority of rain and snow off of it, it is my belief, and I think supported by facts, that the car will be happier in the spring when it comes out. This is a garage queen, although it's not in a garage. The point is that you keep it dry, the electronics stay dry, the seals stay dry, everything stays drier, protects the paint from any hail, like I mentioned, any debris being flown around in the air on a very windy Midwest day. So in general, it's nice to try to keep a car covered. So this car will spend the next 6 months under cover. Now, it will have its battery charged about every month with the system I use that uses a little car battery, an inverter, and a charger. So it's parked so that when that equipment's here in the winter, it is protected from the rain and from the snow, can do its business with a car battery. And it takes me about once a month, I go and do all the batteries of all the cars that are being stored. The beauty of this is come the spring, like always, the battery will not have ruptured because it's lost its charge. Batteries are expensive. I'll be able to start the car, recharge the battery near a power source. It's just a better way to treat a car. I think the keys are put new oil and a new filter in the car so that you don't have all the acids and junk that's sitting in the crankcase coming up and damaging the crank, the rod bearings, all that stuff. Oil is the cheapest thing in the world you can do to protect both the running of your car and the storing of your car. I also put gas in these cars that is alcohol-free. Yes, you heard me, alcohol-free. And I put a little fuel stabilizer in it because what if it sits here for 10 or 12 months? Bad gas is bad for cars. It does. There's nobody says, oh, I better go out and get some bad gas before I start that car. I only put in about 5 or 10 gallons because these do not have metal gas tanks. They're plastic. So I'm not worried about the plastic gas tanks rusting. That's not my issue. I just want my fuel to be as fresh as possible. Then in the spring, when the car is brought out of storage, I drive it, put about 10 gallons of fresh fuel in it, which is about half the load of the tank that this Mercedes holds. And then voila, I drive it for a number of months, get the seals running, get everything heated up. And then before it goes into storage, I change the oil and filter and any other fluids that are appropriate. Bleed the brakes, check out all the mechanicals. And then in the winter time, it gets put back into storage because it's a garage queen. Now, hopefully when the house is done, this little beauty will get to sit indoors and be loved, mechanically loved by me during the winter months. Brake jobs, bleeding the brake fluid, checking for leaks, changing the oil, coolant, all that good stuff. But right now that's not available to me. So it's going to be loved under relative protection. So I hope this helps. If anybody has any ideas, suggestions, let me know. I'm always excited to learn new stuff. So have a wonderful day. Love you all. Bye.